George Springer is becoming a massive problem. Not for the Blue Jays, for opposing pitching staffs. He has been tearing the cover off the ball. He has put the Blue Jays on his back, and they swept the Yankees. 4-game series, Blue Jays sweep. George Springer, the catalyst. We'll break it down on this episode of 3 Up, 3 Down. Welcome in, everybody, to 3 Up, 3 Down. I'm your host, Peter Vryonis, and before we get into the video and break down the Blue Jays sweep of the New York Yankees, which was glorious, by the way, make sure to hit that subscribe button. The support on the recent videos has been unbelievable, and we're ever so close to 3,000, so it'd mean the world if you guys could help get me to that number. But thank you again so much for the support. Let's get into the video. The Toronto Blue Jays complete the 4-game sweep over the New York Yankees. I mean, yesterday was a big bounce-back day for Chris Bassett after getting roughed up in his previous outing. They needed that. They needed someone to go deep in the ball game. Now, granted, Bassett went 5 innings and not exceptionally deep into the ball game, but he still provided some sort of relief to a bullpen that has been getting taxed. I mean, Jeff Hoffman had to come out again. The Blue Jays do not want to run their relievers into the ground, which is why this upcoming series against the Los Angeles Angels is going to be crucial for them. Try to get back on track here. Try to get some long outings in a row by your starters and, give that bullpen a break because they have been pitching and a lot and coming up big for this Blue Jays team, but this is not a sustainable model. You cannot have your bullpen come out every single night and have to win you a ball game. It's just not going to work that way. But I will say this, though. I'm not going to be negative. I'm not going to kind of have that narrative that the sky is falling. The Blue Jays have won 5 in a row. They're first place. They have sole possession of first place in the American League East. They just swept 4 in a row against the New York Yankees, the team that was directly above them in the standings. Life is good right now if you're a Blue Jay fan. Life is good if you are a Blue Jays player. You're not worried about workload. You're not worried about running yourself into the ground. When you're winning ball games and when you're doing it in the fashion that the Blue Jays are doing it in, life is good. And everything is fun, and the guys seem to be having a blast right now. But no one is having more fun than George Springer, who has been tearing the cover off the ball. I mean, this guy, since June 24th, so about 2 weeks ago, George Springer has been the best hitter in baseball. Now, he's number 1 in every category. Home runs, average, OPS, RBIs, runs, whatever. Whatever stat you could think of in the offensive category, George Springer is leading since June 24th. No one in Major League Baseball is hotter right now, and I did not expect him to be the reason why the Blue Jays are in first place. I did not expect the Blue Jays to be in first place at all, let alone being led by George Springer, who leads the team in home runs, who probably leads the team in OPS now after another 2-homer game against the Yankees. I mean, this guy, I'm running out of words to describe it. He has transformed himself. He is chasing more power. He is walking at one of the best rates of his career. He has changed himself as a hitter. The defense and the base running no longer where they used to be for Springer, even though he does have 10 stolen bases. But the overall numbers have just been exceptional. And the fact that he's able to do this at 35 years old, about to be 36 in September, it's not, you can't even say anything about it, right? It's fans were ready to run him out of town, including myself. Oh man, we can't be paying this guy $25 million. He can't be playing every day, this, that, blah, blah, blah. He is shutting everybody up, including myself, and I'm glad that he's doing it. This is why the Blue Jays gave George Springer this contract. It's because he comes up with big hits and big moments like this. He did it his entire career as a Houston Astro, and he's now doing it as a Toronto Blue Jay. He did it in the first couple of years as a Blue Jay, but then the injuries and everything started to catch up to Springer. And he just wasn't the same player. A couple of down years in a row where the OPS was hovering around 700, and it was actually under 700 last year. he had one foot out the league. And now he is having a resurgence, and he has been the best hitter on the Blue Jays all season long, pretty much. It's been a treat to watch. And I mentioned that he's a massive problem. Yeah, he's no longer a massive problem for the Blue Jays. He is a massive problem for opposing pitching staffs because he went 8 for 14 in this series against the Yankees. He had 5 home runs. I mean, it was just absurd what he was doing. 4 home runs, sorry. It was absurd. And I don't know. This is obviously not a sustainable pace. He's not going to keep doing this from now until the rest of the season. But as of now, he is shouldering the load for the Blue Jays. And I can't stress enough how important that is for Toronto, to have another guy step up apart from Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette. And it's been like that all season long, right? It hasn't been the usual suspects. I mean, George Springer, no one was expecting, maybe you were expecting a bounce back, and if he DHs more, he can, I don't know, chase some more power and hit 25 home runs as opposed to 20, you know? Maybe you were expecting a slight uptick from what we saw last year. That's fine. But if you were to tell me this, I would have either said you're a liar, or you're crazy, or, you know, maybe you could just tell the future. I don't know. No one was expecting this level of bounce back from George Springer. I mean, Ernie Clement hitting over 300, Alejandro Kirk hitting over 300, Addison Barger transforming himself into one of the best young power hitters in the game right now. I mean, a lot of these things people did not expect coming into the season, but in order for the Blue Jays to have success, they needed other guys to step up. Everyone was pointing at Anthony Santander to be the guy to maybe turn this offense around. No. He has 6 home runs, and he's currently on the injured list. So I think Santander could come back and be a guy for this team. Don't get me wrong. And then you add Varsho into this mix. I know the Blue Jays have something special cooking right now, but those 2 guys are crucial elements of the team. You get Varsho and Santander back, and then, you know, maybe Miles Straw isn't playing as much. Maybe Nathan Lucas isn't playing as much. Davis Schneider, and that's fine, but you can't take Barger out of the lineup now. You can't take Springer out of the lineup now, which were things that you might have been able to do a couple of months ago, but now no longer an option. Those guys are everyday players. You need them in your lineup. And Varsho's going to be in there in center field. No one is more valuable in center field than that guy, so he's going to be in. But Anthony Santander, even with that contract, he's going to have to earn his at-bats. He's going to have to earn his way back into the lineup for the Blue Jays because they are cooking without him right now, and it's not who you expect to do it. It's not just Vladdy. It's not him carrying the team. It is Springer and then everybody else. Everyone is chipping in right now. It's a lot of fun to watch as a Blue Jay fan. Hopefully they can keep the momentum going tonight in their 3-game series against the Los Angeles Angels. That'll wrap it up for this episode of 3 Up, 3 Down. Again, thank you all so much for the tremendous amount of support. It means the world. Let's get to 3,000 subscribers. We're almost there, and I will see you all on Monday.